students, welcome to my next Q channel. So we are continuing with Pandas. Before we already giving you the lectures of Pandas, some Pandas lecture, but today we are going to the more depth into the Pandas. So you already know what is the Pandas, and before that we already discussed with you guys what is the numpys and what is the machine learning, data science, all of the things. Currently we are studying on Pandas basic things like some of the packages over there. So like we are completed NumPy and now continue with Pandas. Okay. So today topic is how to clean the data, how to modify data, how to giving the rows, how to giving the columns names, how to skip the rows, anything what you have thinking on your mind on our data. This is the things for today. Okay. So before we move forward, I just on my notebook. Yeah. So here is my notebook. Okay. Today Pandas Part-4 lecture. So now the today's topic is very interesting. So in my data, so let's say I create an player.csv data. So there are players name is there like Sachin, Saurav, Rohit, and there are so many IDs are there like 101, 102, 103 like of that. And also there are another column's name is Mark. So we just created a CSV file. After that we will add some uh, missing things. Then how can I modify this data into a clean pictures of these things? So we just implement by the right now. Okay, so I just giving the heading of right. The today topic is there is no heading. So, so what will do for heading? Let's say in our data, so there is no heading is there. So how can I giving the heading and giving and the output will be a clean pictures. There is heading, there is row, there is heading columns name, there is rows name, and in particular column with particular rows there are appropriate value of that things. Okay, so how can I do that if I have an missing of heading things? So let's see. I just open my notepad. Okay, so here what I give for that. So first I just go to the Savage. So here I go to the desktop, and here I just change to player. Sorry, I just get the mistake player name player.csv because here we play with the CSV file. Okay, you can do for Excel sheet or any database connected. So before going to the these particular things, how to extract the data from the database, how to extract the data from the some of the web scraping method. These are we implement on an acceptor, but currently we are working with the CSV file. All the fundamental things we have depend on CSV because it is more clarify on that things. So stay tuned for the CSV file right now. After that, we will in futures we will modify it into the CSV to Excel, Excel to and database. And also we are moving forward the advanced things of web scraping from the web browser. Okay. So do not hesitate for that. Do not bother about that things. I will teaching you for will clear and understanding method. Okay, no problem. So not get late. So here I just name the file name is player.csv and save as type as text document. Okay. So I just here type with the text. So save it. After that I will giving the some of the data without heading. Okay. So I just keep on skip the heading things like role name and mark. Okay, so I just keep the three column names. After that, I will randomly add the data. So 101, comma, let's say name is Sachin and mark is 50. Okay, fine. 102, and name is Somya, and mark is 70. Okay, and next is 103. Name is, let's say, Rohit. Sorry, Rohit, and mark is, let's say, 89. Yeah, fine. And another things is 104, and name is Amal, and mark is 90. Okay. And let's say add another more rows. 105, name Shaktiman. You already know that's name because there is a serial of Shaktiman names. Okay, now fine. So another player's name is Shaktiman, and their mark is, let's say, 80. Yeah, fine. So we already add the data. So we go to the file. After that, we go to the save button because I already given the file name is player.csv. So if anything you have changes, just go to file, and in this file section, there are so many things are there. So you have to save it. Okay. So now I close these things. Here, I just importing these things into the our Jupyter notebook. How the data will be coming over there. Okay. So again, these things will be importing before we going to the any data modification of the things or on data operation of the things. Anything we have playing over data. So we just uh, import the packages of pandas. So I just importing same things. Import pandas as PD. Okay. So I give a name. No worry about that. You can give it. Instead of PD, you can give it your name, anything you have name, but you have to focus on that name because pandas everything will be calling by this short name, that is PD. So if you given another name like you may be given the XYZ, so you can calling by the df equal to xyz dot read csv like of that things. So here I just giving the PD. Okay, so PD is very easy for remembering and calling these functions. Okay, so here uh, I just store. So I just created variable names, that is the df. Here I just store everything. So, let's say I just importing the player.csv and store into the df files. After that I will print the df. Then it will be coming all of the data. Okay. So df equal to, let's say, pd.read csv. Some things here. pd.read underscore csv. Okay. So here I just give the path name here. So I go to the text of, okay. So I think it is in why I just move to these things into B. Okay. So here I just copy the path. After I go to there, and here I just given the path name. Control B here. After that I will just my layer.csv. This is my file name where I have put this. So I have put these things into my downloads folder, and there is an in the folder of downloads there is an player.csv is there present. Okay, so I just giving the path name. Okay, nothing top like this. Okay, so before moving to the any other operation, I just print the same statement here. Okay, so I just print, let's say, okay, no problem. I will just give the df here. Okay, this is running. Yeah, coming. But there is no heading is here. But by default, 101 name is my columns names. Like 101 under the 101 columns, it the another things another value is be there, and also Sachin and 50 there are by default column will be given that things. Okay, so uh, doing that type of hell things, I just giving the header equal to none, then it will be not taken as by default first row. Okay, how we do that things. So I just copied here. I am a lazy person, so I just copied and paste here. So you do not think that you already doing that things copy and paste it. But instead of copy and paste, you just go there and typing as your manually, because it is for best practices. Okay, so my guess, I just copy and paste for the speed of my lectures. That's why I just copy and paste. Okay, so here, sorry. Okay, so in my all my lectures, I just given you a things and that things. How so? P.reads is in the PD dot read CSV. There is an so many arguments are there. So we just keep it the file path name. After that, I will give many of the things of argument. But how you know that particulars of argument will taken by the pandas method like of that. Okay, so how do you know these things? So here there is a shortcut of shift tab enter. So there is an key name shift plus tab, and just it will be upon like these things. So this will be coming after you just shift plus tab. Then there is an plus button is there, and there is an navigation is there. So you can click on navigation. Okay, then there is in signature, and pd dot read csv. There is in so many arguments is there. You can put any numbers of argument here only. So I just use the only file path, that is first one. Okay, so instead of file path, it is mandatory, but there is no data how you converted these things into like of this. Okay, so it is mandatory things. The file path will be mandatory. After that, there is in so many arguments is there. You can do on your own choices. Let's say skip roach, enable is equal to none, keep default equal to a true, like of that things. So there are so many operation over there. So okay, you think there isn't so many things you already doubt how to do it. So no worry about that. We will go one by one. Okay, so current my question is how to do header things, because it taken as by default as row number one. My row number one is data is 101 Sachin and 50. It will by default taken the column name, but it is not a good things. The structure of the data. Okay, so what I will do for that things. So here I just copy df equal to pd.dsclp, and there is an putting the file name is here. After that, I just give it comma, and there is an argument name is header equal to none. So if I given the header equal to none, there is not taken by default of this row things. Okay, so it will be taken as 0, 1, 2. Okay, let's see how it will be modified. Header equal to none. Okay, yeah, it will be executed finally, and I just print the df, print df. Okay, now fine. Now the data structure will be fine. Yeah. So there is an column name equal to 0, and another column name equal to 1, and last column name is equal to t, because there is a total of 3 numbers of column. Because in Python there is every index starting from zeros and is going to the n plus 1 numbers. Okay. So there is a column number 1, column number 2, column number 3. Okay. No problem. The data will be coming very good things. Okay, this is one problem is gone, and another things will be coming here. So instead of 0, 1, 2, how can I assign a particular name in your choice? Let's say instead of 0, I just put it here, uh, roll number. Okay, or player ID. You can give it. Okay, because this is a player.csv file, so you can give it any of your choice. You can give it. Okay, and for second, the player name it will be given. Okay, and last is a player for score, I think, or you can give it roll mark, uh, roll name and mark, like of that things. Okay, okay. Let's see what. how I can modify this data into the a particular column's name. Okay. So again, I just copy and paste it my next row. Here, I just remove header equal to none. Okay, because if I kept these things, same things will be coming over there. Okay, so there is another argument like names. Okay, so names equal to create a list. Okay, so in list, I just mentioning my columns names. So actually, my column there are three columns is available. So I give the randomly three columns name. So these are the second argument. Okay, so names equal to you can give it string value. So if it is string value, you can give it your double quote. Okay, so if it is character value, if you give A, B, C like of that, because you just follow the syntax things, because there is also you can give it to double quote or single quote. It is not a different manner. So as your choice, but I follow the standard. Let's say in C, C++. So there is a standard of the single quote, double quote. So I just give it these things. Okay, so I love the follow the standard. These okay, so I just keep it for the string. I just keep it the double quotes, and for the character, I give it single quotes. And number is usually this is nothing use of single quote and double quote. Okay, so I just give it here. There is a name of if it is in player CSV, so I just give it the first my column name is equal to player's ID. Okay, so I just give it player ID, fine, and second name is player name. Okay, same things, just player name. Okay, and another and last column name is my score. Let's say player score, or you can just give it the score. Okay, fine. I just executed it. Yes, yeah, it will finally executed, and just print the statement of this data. So def equal to this coming over like that things. So player ID equal to 101, 102 like that. Now it is will be very fine. You can choose it anything. If I let's say there is an not it looks like the order is mismatched. I think because player after the space ID like that. So I just give it PID, and there is an player name instead of player name, just P name. Yeah, fine. I just executed it, and it will be coming up fine. So in PID there is an ID number, and P name there is an player's name, and in score section there is an player scores is there. Okay, so this is an second thing. Now we coming to next. So another operation here there. So how we play, how to make an columns as an index. Okay. So if I go there, let's say my PID and P name and score, there are three columns is there. So if instead of three columns, I just kept two columns, let's say P name and score will be kept as an column. But in PID, I kept as an index. Okay. So P name and score will be in column section. For PID, it will be treated as index. So how we'll do for that things. Okay. So same things. Uh, Previously, I already make player.csv. I just copy it here and paste it. Okay. Df equal to pd.read.csv, and just copy, give my path name, and there is a names also there. So after that, you give it the names like as your choice. I just keep my names as a constant as previous names equal to PID P names for, and there is an another index like which column you give as an index column. So you just keep it in keep in the list. Okay. So here another argument is index column. Okay, equal to you just give it okay. Same things. You in the double quote, you just mention your column name. Okay, PID. Yeah, it will be executed fine. No error is coming over there. So I just print DF. So wow, it is highly. So there is another tax will be how to make an column as an index. So my column will be is an index. So like of before previously there is an index of 101, 102. So as an index is nothing but as in row. So PID behave like as a row, but their P name and score will be no value is there. Okay, fine, because PID is in the column section. So if I by default and forcefully I just give into the index column equal to PID, it will be coming like that things. Okay, so another things will be uh, solved by the way. And now another if I given the name as well. Okay, so in another column I will give as an index column. So I keep it P name my column name, and my index column is PID and score. Okay, so another things will be let's say score will be there, and PID and score will be coming nearby, and P name equal to SN column, behave like SN column. Okay, so there isn't two out of three. There isn't two behave like as an index column, and rest of my columns will be keep by default. So if I keep three columns is there, so what will be my data? Okay, so I give it last P name here. So I give P name, and again I just run it. Then what will be there? So my index column will be all my index column will be there. PID score and P name will be there, and there is an uh, mark will be there because after the column there is a particular row will be there, and also row there is a no coming over there. Some of the dark things, and after that there is an mm, white space after then black space. So it will be coming over in order. Okay, sequential manner and order. The data is looks like very good. Okay. Yes, so this is an CSS like of style. See, mm, you may tell these things. Okay. So these are the things will be normal things, how to make the column as an index, how to give them columns names, or if they are taking by default as an header of the row. But how can I skip this index to header equal to none? So these are three things will be basic things. And now we will uh, we'll play on now the data will be is in machine learning repository. So there is a data name is iris.csv. Okay, so iris.csv files is nothing but it is an flowers species name on the outside of India, and there are four columns is there basically. So these are the things will be there. So there are four columns will be there. So there is an sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. Like of that things, there are four columns will be. So according to the four column, you can analysis the data about that how the species will be, the flower species will be, which species of this flower this is. So these are the things. So in iris flavor, there are three types of species like iris virginica, iris versicolor, and iris setosa. Okay, there are three species is there, and according to their three species, there are sepal length, sepal width, petal width will be very different types. Okay, so you can modify these things into actual. You now will play with actual data. Okay, how we find the particular uh, species by the four columns. Okay. It may be various data will be there, thousands of rows, thousands of columns will be there. And in these data, so there are so many nan values, so many duplicates value. These are data. First, we are working upon the extracting the data where the data will be present there. Or we will keep safely extract the data fast. These fast steps of our work. And after that, step number 2, we will import this data into our Jupyter Notebook cells, and there we clean the data, giving the species, giving the spatial operation of the things. We have so many arguments, we have so many functions are there. So if there is no header, we just keep it, add the header of the things, and row will be okay or not. We will just check for that things. Oh, the number of non values will be there, so we'll first check of these things. After that, we'll be one by one, we'll be play around this data and clean the data, modified into the structured way. Okay. So I just keep it in second tags, like, so I just mentioning in heading how to access, how to access records, like, let's say iris data. You can, there are so many data, we just show you where the data will be present, or you can keep practicing on by using these types of data. Okay. No worry, I just write the heading of the things. After that, I will show you how to access some records randomly from a data frame. Okay, so everything will be data frame. So by using data frame, data will be looks like very good. Okay. Okay. And there are so many of things, like sample of the data, heading, head of the, there are so many functions over there. Okay. So right now we are playing around the samples method. Okay. What the sample method will work on data. Okay. I just given it the head step and given sample method. Okay. I just keep it code change to the heading, and then okay, then shift enter. It will be coming like this. Okay. Batting will be ready. And now I will go to the another browser, and there I just search machine machine learning machine learning repository. Okay, coming because I frequently uh, visit that particular website, so it will be coming over there. You can start practicing and keep searching the data where the data will be present. Okay, keep search. Okay, view data set. Okay, so my machine learning repository or UCI repository will be there. Same fast, there is an iris data already given by there. So when you search the web browser of machine learning repository, so you will find iris data flower in the first of the data set.